I've got an insane trading method that can help you guys make a ton of coins this weekend on FIFA 22. But before we jump into that, I need to show you the easiest way for you to get some coins. If you guys are looking for the cheapest and most reliable coins on the market, make sure to head over to utnice.com and use code CHIEF for 6% off at checkout. Now let's go ahead and jump right into this video. All right, boys. So jumping into this trading method for this weekend, this is my go-to whenever we have a promo out and there's lots of people opening packs on the weekends, and it's going to be the fodder filter. Now, there's a couple points I want to make on this to those of you that already know the filter and some ways you can adjust it. But jumping into this, if you don't know the fodder filter, essentially all you do here is you set your quality to gold rare, set your minimum bid price to 700, maximum bid price 5400, minimum buy now 10,250. So with this filter, what it gives you is it gives you a ton of different fodder cards here. You can see it's a lot of like 84, 85, 86 rated cards with low bid prices. As you can see, not a lot of bid, not like super high bids on these. So essentially the basis of this method is all you're going to do is sit here and bid on fodder cards for nice and cheap. Now, why does this work on the weekend? How are we going to make coins off of it? So the reason we do this on the weekend and why it works is because of lightning rounds. And if you don't know what lightning rounds are, basically whenever they release a new promo team, which there's going to be a Shapeshifters team too on Friday when you're seeing this. So what's going to happen is when they release these, they release a bunch of new promo packs, 50Ks, 100Ks, 125Ks, and they're limited time. There's a limited amount of them. So what happens is people sit here and they open tons and tons and tons of those packs. For example, they'll slap open this pack, and then if they don't get anything crazy, then they'll go and list up their 84, 85, 86 rated cards because they know they go for something, right? They know they have some sort of value. They'll just quickly list them up for max buy now with a minimum bid price. So what happens is there's tons and tons of these like high rated cards on the market that are just listed for open bid price, but really, really high buy nows. So there becomes a ton of different cards in this filter that people can bid on. And it gets to the point where there's so many cards listed on the market here that regardless of how many people are bidding, there's still going to be cards that sneak through without having like super high bids compared to their actual value. So the reason this filter works is because of just the sheer amount of supply, and there aren't enough people to bid on the amount of cards that are coming in here. So when we're doing this, how do we know what cards we can bid on and what's kind of a good deal here? So if we jump over here, you can see I won this Koke for 15K. He sells for 17. We'll go and list him up. I won him just before the video, just to show you guys. We'll go ahead and list that up. So how do you know what's a good deal? So essentially what I like to do is I like to keep the Footbin cheapest by rating page open. So if you just type in Footbin cheapest by rating, this will come up, and it essentially just shows you the cheapest players for every single rating. So when I'm doing this method, I'll just have this up on the side and be like, oh, Nabry, well, I know 85s go for at least 9K here. So I know he's a deal. Walker, I'm not sure on. Benucci, again, 85s go at least 9K. He got bought. So I know all these 85s go right around 10,000 coins. So that's kind of my baseline there. I know 87s are more expensive than this, and then I'll just kind of go from there. So how much lower should you be bidding on cards would be the next question. And for me, I use a general rule of 10%. So I find the price these cards sell at. For example, if I'm saying an 85 sells for 10K, I want to pick these up for 10% under their sell price. So if something sells for 10K, I want to pick it up for 9,000 or less. Now, the reason we use 10% is there's a 5% EA tax. So if I sell something for 10,000 coins, I'll get 9,500 of that. So we lose 5% on tax, we make a 5% profit. So that's kind of the idea with that sort of 10% rule. It's not really like a strict rule, it's just something I generally use when I'm doing this method. So that's what you're looking at. So, if you win a card for, if a card sells for 18K, you'll try to pick them up for 1900 under, or 1800 under that. And that's just kind of like a simple rule you guys can use. You can play around with how much profit you want to make, obviously, but that's what I personally do when it comes to this method. So the next thing is people complaining about, oh, I'm constantly getting outbid and things like that. So there's a couple of things you can do. Number one is I always mentioned I only do this method on the weekends because typically there's not enough supply outside of Friday, Saturday, Sunday for this method to work. So make sure you're doing it when there's a lot of supply. Number two, don't be stingy with your profits. So, like, making 1,000 coins on a card is really good. I'm typically fine making 4, 5, 600 coins on a card. You want to be picking up as much as possible and making as many coins as you can. So, don't be stingy with your profits. Be willing to take 5, 6, 700 coins on these cards. And then the next thing is you can do sniping when it comes to this weekend as well. The fodder filter is my favorite. You're going to get outbid on cards. You just have to stick with it. However, if that bothers you, if you don't want to sit there and do that, I've got a couple different sniping filters for you that you can try out. So we're going to be looking at some fodder cards. So the first one is going to be Serie A, and we're going to go Juventus position center backs. So if we take a look at this, in this filter, we got 285s in Bonucci and Delict, and then an 86 Chiellini. So another reason I like to snipe these high rated filters again is because the amount of supply of this fodder, it just gets listed up so cheap. So you can pick these up nice and cheap on the weekend. Try and snipe those cards. Another one would be the Premier League English defenders from Manchester United here. This includes an 86 Aaron Wan, or 83 Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and then 84 Maguire, 84 Shaw. You can see these are currently 6K. Snipe these again for like 10% under. Try to get these for like 5,400 or less. And again, these prices will change. I typically, again, just do 10% under. So that's another good one. And then last one you could do is going Manchester City Portuguese players. In this filter, we got Cancelo, we got Bernardo Silva, and we got Ruben Diaz. So there's another filter with a lot of fodder in it. So that's the general ideas on these weekends. Fodder filter and sniping these kind of cards becomes insanely easy. So I absolutely love doing that. We get another Koke there. I know he goes 17K, so I'm going to go ahead and list him up there. Easy coins. So that is the idea with this weekend. The amount of supply we get is just insane. So trading with these kind of cards becomes very, very easy. And then investing in this kind of stuff is good as well when it comes back down to its normal prices. Again, keep an eye out for the investment video either tomorrow or Sunday. Not exactly sure when I'm gonna do it here. So yeah, fodder filter again, 700, 5,400, 10,250. Sit there, bid on these cards. If you don't want to do that, get on your sniping game, boys. But guys, that is going to be it for this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you in the next video. All right, boys, I completely forgot to throw in one of my filters. So bonus for those of you that stuck around, let me know in the comments if you did. But we're going to be looking at rare gold German Chelsea players. With this one, we got Havertz, we got Rudiger, and we got Werner in here. So another solid one for you guys in 83, 284s in there to try and snipe. Let me know in the comments if you're seeing this right now. But boys, again, this time, that's going to be it for this video. We'll catch you in the next one.